us. If you're one of us, then roll with us, cause we make the hipsters fall in love. We get the hot pants on and up, and yeah, of course we do. We want to this town just like a club. You guys know I'm in business today because I'm wearing all black fit, except the one time I'm not wearing my black socks. But anyways, today we're doing an eat and train with me again. You guys know this, I haven't really had any really physique or training goals since coming back from Hawaii, really, for the most part. So this is just really what I eat to maintain my body and be healthy and be energized and just a happy individual with a full happy belly. And I just am training pretty normally. Today is actually going to be a full body functional circuit day, which is what we're going to go do right now. And for breakfast, I had my normal brekkie, which you guys saw, eggs and oatmeal and turkey bacon. And I feel like I never really filled you guys in. Like in the middle of last summer, I told you guys that I've been wanting to try to incorporate more animal-based products and seeing what sat well with me, like stomach-wise, how things made me feel. And I feel like I never really gave you an update. So I feel like the biggest change overall with my diet is that I have been adding in more red meat. So I'll eat more bison, I'll eat ground beef occasionally, I'll eat more steak when I'm eating out and stuff. Also adding in more bone broth here and there. So things like that, I just have been a lot more open-minded when it's come to nutrition. And believe it or not, I feel like it's helped me because in the past I've been very judgmental is the word I want to use with what foods that I would eat. Like for me, like I had very strict boundaries of what was deemed as like a healthier food and what was deemed as not so healthy food. So I feel like it's really opened up my perspective to just the different foods that are out there and the benefits that each one holds, which has been really eye-opening for me. So that's been good. And this video, I always want to do a disclaimer. Anytime I'm showing you guys what I eat in a day, it is not for you guys to compare or to compare like how much you're eating to how much I'm eating. Like everybody is different depending on genetics, your age, how active you are, how you train, all of that good stuff. So this is purely just to show you meal ideas and just what I've personally been doing. And I think it also helps to see the conjunction of, you know, my training and my eating together, just to give you guys more perspective overall. So we're gonna go to the gym, but I feel like eating a couple of figs before we go. These have wholeheartedly substituted that date obsession that I went through. Dates are out. I never crave a date. Honestly, I had a date not too long ago. I was like, these are gross. So that fixation's so gone. And now it's figs. And they look weird. But I love the texture of them and they're really sweet. I show you guys this literally every video. And the seeds are just so fun. And then I'm going to go to the grocery store after. So I'm going to bring just this Quest bar to have when I'm grocery shopping. Because don't grocery shop hungry. And also I just decided I'm feeling a little bit like sleepy. I'm sore from yesterday's leg day and I went to the gym late, which like, do you know what I mean? It just was like, went to the gym late, now it's like noon, it's like not a ton of time in between. But I'm just gonna have some of this electrolyte. This is not sponsored, but I have done work with them. That's why you guys might recognize them. But I still drink them. It's just a little electrolyte packet and it just really helps me just feel actually replenished and like get my minerals in. It just helps me on days like this where I'm feeling like I physically need replenishment. I like to do like half a packet of this. I don't know if my my link or whatever would still be, I'll check. If my link still works, I'll link it down below if you want to get some because it will give you like a free pack. But I do love these and my friend Lucy loves these.
Welcome to the workout. So like I said, I have a circuit for us on the agenda today for my full body functional days. And this is a very core focused circuit here, like a lot of functional core work, which I really like. I remember the first time I ever did this workout when I came up with it and my core was like super sore the next day. So here's me kind of doing a little light warm up, just kind of rolling out, getting my muscles ready and kind of getting loose. I also ran about like 4 laps on our mini indoor track just to warm up as well. I didn't feel like jump roping, so I did a little jog, but I just didn't film that. And as you guys know, with my full body functional circuits, I usually do them in an EMOM style, and this is similar but a little bit different. So as opposed to doing certain reps for each exercise, we're going to be doing each exercise for a certain amount of time. So it still takes about 1 minute to get through, you know, each cycle of each exercise, but now you're going to be doing each exercise for 40 seconds, and then you're going to be resting for 20 seconds, which adds up to a minute, and then you'll move on to the next exercise. So this is me setting up my little app timer, which it's called the interval timer. It's free from the App Store. And so we're going to be doing 7 different exercises here for 4 different different rounds. So first I started off with burpees. Again, feel free if you want to increase difficulty to go into an actual push-up. If you want to decrease the difficulty, don't feel like you need to bring your whole body down to the ground, you can stop in a plank position. Also, you feel free to take out the jump as well if that's helpful for you. But I feel like people underestimate how much core is actually involved in burpees. Like when you're bringing your feet up, I keep my core really, really tight, keep that belly button sucked to my spine, and I really feel it. And I also get my arms burning for sure. So 40 seconds of burpees, then you're going to rest for 20 seconds. And then I unfortunately remembered this exercise variation. I say unfortunately because it is so freaking hard, but fortunately because it's a really good one. This engages your core like no other. Like this elevates a push-up times 10,000. So I'm doing 4 mountain climbers into a push-up on an upside down Bosu ball. So since the Bosu ball is obviously not stable ground, it yields so much more core stability and stabilization. Like it is insane. It's so hard to balance. So it's really about keeping that core nice and tight. Like I said, pulling that belly button to your spine. And I'm telling you, just everything was burning. These were so hard. So if you need a regression, feel free just to hold a plank as well to finish out the 40 seconds if you need to. So then I rested for another 20 seconds. Then from there, I went into standing marches with a weight overhead, and I basically just switched the hand that I was holding the dumbbell at the 20-second mark. So this is another more so like functional core exercise here. You're basically just driving those knees up to the sky as high as you can. I'm keeping that core nice and tight, that belly button is sucked to my spine, and it's really important not to let your hips to sink and drop forward, creating an arch in your lower back. So you guys hear me speak about a posterior pelvic tilt, which you're going to want to do here, which is essentially like if your hips were a bucket, you want to tilt that bucket backwards to kind of scoop that tailbone under, like I say, or scoop your pelvis under. That's also going to help you engage your core and keep that nice and tight. So now, smack dab in the middle of the workout, I added in an exercise to really get our heart rate back up and get that cardiovascular component at play again. So these are speed skaters. I feel like I've been doing them every single functional day. I just find them fun and I feel athletic when I'm doing them, and I like that it's a lateral explosive movement. So essentially just going to come down, you're moving laterally, and really focus on exploding when you're shooting to the other side and switching feet. I like to keep my head up just to stay focused, and you're basically just kind of bringing that back leg behind that front foot, going as fast as you can, and really trying to have explosive bounds. Here I feel like I was so sleepy and not explosive, but that is the goal. Then from here, do not underestimate this exercise. The first time I did this for a functional core movement, I was like, oh, that's kind of going to be pretty easy. But I promise once you're like in the 3rd round of this circuit, your core is really going to burn from this one. So you're essentially doing a reverse lunge. And then when you're going down in that reverse lunge, you're going to bring that dumbbell kind of to the middle of that back leg's thigh. And then as you come up from that lunge, you're going to come at a diagonal and bring that dumbbell up to the sky. So you're thinking of it as like your plane of motion, your path of motion, I should say, is a diagonal line. And so you really want to keep that core tight and really have good mind to muscle connection with your core, because that's what's going to allow you to really feel that in this rotation. So that's where the majority of the work for your core is coming from, is that core rotation, and when you're having to bring that weight up diagonally across your body up to the sky. Then I went into a knee to elbow high side plank, and I switched at the 20-second mark. Again, I switched sides. It is crazy how much weaker this side is. Like this side feels so hard, I can barely balance, and the other side feels like literally effortless, like I could go for a whole minute. So that's kind of concerning. But what you really want to do is just keep those hips up. You don't want to let your hips sag, and you're just essentially bringing that knee up and out towards your elbow. But the biggest thing here, keep that core tight and really don't let your hips sag. You want to stay up in a line, in a straight line, as best that you can. I would say to play around with your foot placement and where you're placing your hand underneath your shoulder, because I think that will definitely help with balance. But that's a great one for working your core for stability, like the center part of your abs for stability, but then also your obliques and such when you're doing that side plank. It's so good. If you need a regression, you could also go down on your knee for that bottom leg as well. And then lastly, I finished off just with the ab wheel. I really like this one just because it gives such a nice stretch in your abs. It's just a really big range of motion. Also kind of, you know, calls upon different muscles as well to help get you up. So the biggest thing that I've been saying this whole time, suck that belly button to your spine. I try not to let my hips sag down. Again, I'm keeping that pelvis kind of tucked, if you will, keeping my spine nice and flat and neutral. And I'm really crunching my abs, squeezing my abs, sucking that belly button to my spine to bring me up out of that lengthened position and to get me to wheel up out of that position. So then you're going to rest, and I feel like I rest anywhere between like 1 to 2 minutes, and then I begin again for a total of 4 rounds through.
Alright, I'm happy that workout is over. I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. I felt like I was so slow, but we got through it. I had a good sweat. I feel like you couldn't really tell, but I was sweating quite a bit. But also, you guys, I was literally about to chop my ponytail off. I purposely never do circuits in a ponytail because it just whips in my face all the time. Like, that's why I always have a braid. But I just got a haircut that I'm kind of regretting, and I got like angles in it. And usually it's fine. Like, I've done that the past 2 or 3 haircuts, and all of a sudden I'm like, I don't like it and I want my hair all the same length. And I just feel like it's kind of made my hair look thinner. I don't really know. But anyways, it's the angles have made it like not fit in a braid as well, slash like when my hair is dirty. I don't know, it just like, I feel like I need to put it into a ponytail instead of a braid. I feel like this is such irrelevant information, but like, the girls don't understand. The people with long hair will understand. But we're gonna go to the grocery store, but I need this Quest bar because I'm hungry and decaying as we speak. I love the sunshine. I'm honestly excited to go grocery shop. I'm kind of like low-key in the mood. But I just was ranting on my Instagram story about this, and while it's uploading, I'm going to share it with you guys here. Basically, earlier today, a video on my For You page came up, and it was about, like, God bless this girl for actually being transparent about it, because we need more people being upfront about it. But she just spoke about the filler that she got in her face, and I'm someone who's just very naive. Like, I can't tell when someone's gotten work done. I rarely can tell if someone has extensions in or not. So someone like me, it like really opened my eyes of like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know you could get this type of work done. And basically she got, like, to me, from the video, I was like, oh my gosh, you can essentially get plastic surgery done to reconstruct your face, but it's just using filler instead. It just blew my mind, and it's so true. So she basically got filler, like, in her chin to give her a bigger chin, and she had like a very round face, so she wanted more of a jawline, so she got filler in her jaw to give her more snatched jawline. And like, she had just gotten the work done, and she got filler in her lip and like here to smooth out the lines, all this stuff, and like her face was like swollen after getting all of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the reality of so many people. And so I'm not even trying to make this about if I think it's right or wrong, if you should do it or should not do it. I'm just trying to, because I know so many women follow me, and it doesn't even matter, just people in general, and so many young people that follow me. And, you know, the internet can be a beautiful and awful place all at once. And I just want, my intention with sharing this in this little rant is just to tell you guys to please do not compare yourself to anyone you see online, and even anyone you see in real life for that matter, because you don't know people's story. And the harsh truth, and I'm not trying to say this pessimistically, I'm just saying this realistically, the harsh truth is that it is very common and very accessible now to get work done to change the way you look. So I don't want anyone feeling down if they think that they don't look like other people do, or vice versa, or they have more imperfections. Imperfections are real and beautiful, and they what make you human. They are what give you character. They, like, to me, that's someone who's alive. Like, that's someone, that's a living human being. And like, that's what I find really freaking beautiful. And I don't want you guys to ever doubt that when you have characteristics on your body or on your face that just prove that your body is lived in. Like, I don't know, like, I want my body to look lived in. Like, I want my forehead to have wrinkles because that means I'm expressive and I speak with passion in my life. Like, I just think I don't know. I'm not trying to make this about that, but I just think that there's another side of it, that we've lost the appreciation for our natural form.
Again, I'm not trying to compare the two, but I just do think there's so much beauty in the natural form, and I don't want anyone to get down on themselves when, like, it's not even worth it, because you don't know if people are even real or natural or not. So just focus on you, focus on your beauty and your internal beauty more than anything. You are beautiful, and just do not get lost in comparison, because you just don't ever know these days. And you're beautiful, and I freaking love you. And here's me, okay? I have fat on my face, I have big cheeks, I don't have a snatched jawline, I have forehead wrinkles. Like, yeah, you're not alone if you relate to any of these things, and you're still beautiful, and you're just a human being with a lived-in body, and that's a lovely thing. Whoa, and nothing to be ashamed of. Okay, we're back. I really want to go for a walk, and it's already 3 p.m. and the thing is, like, yes, the sun doesn't set till 5 or whatever, or 5:30, but when you're in a mountain town, when the sun goes behind the mountain, you're screwed. So I want to go drive to this place that has a lot of sun to go for my walk, because my step count has been atrocious, but I need to wait for my phone to charge anyway. So we're going to do a quick haul. I'm going to eat a quick lunchy, and then we're going to go. Tomatoes, onion. This is my produce bag. Oh, they're skiers. Opening day was yesterday. And then I have some oranges, which I randomly got a craving for yesterday. A bell pepper, blueberries, some cilantro, 2 lemons, because also on my podcast Q&A, my most recent one, people were like, what are you doing to not get sick this winter? This is great with vitamin C, so I just squeeze that in my water and make lemon water. I have a lime for a dish I'm making. I have some red cabbage. I always call it purple cabbage, but at the store I found out it's called red cabbage, but it's so good in salads. 3 avocados, carrots, cuke, red onion, and then I have some more peanut butter, and then some pure protein bars. This is a new flavor, chocolate mint cookie. I haven't tried it before, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Also, an update. I feel like I've said this to you so many times. I don't want to be annoying, but since this is a video around my food, I've really been making an effort to eat organic, and that was something that I always kind of thought was a scam or wasn't necessarily really necessary. But I've just been making a big effort to buy more things organic, especially things that are a big percentage of my diet, like my oats and my eggs and all of that good stuff. So yeah. Then I got 2 things of frozen broccoli, speaking of which are not organic, but then I have 2 things of turkey bacon. I have more turkey, ground turkey. I have a little salmon fillet in here. And then I kind of just went ham on the chicken. I got the family size chicken fajita situations that you kind of just throw into a pan because it's so quick and easy, and I like just to have this on hand. And then I haven't had these in so long, but it's like chicken tenders. The ingredients are honestly very, very good. A lot of the ingredients are also organic as well, and those are so good. And I want to make turkey chili. I think I'm going to do that tonight, so I got some diced tomatoes and cannelli beans. I have more bone broth for the turkey chili I'm going to make. Like I said, I've been trying to incorporate bone broth in recipes where I can, because it's just really good for you and also really good for your gut health. And then these are some cauliflower crust because I want to make this pizza that I think I've already made with you guys. Here is lunch. We're in a rush, so no ASMR. I know I always have this, but trying to eat something quick so I could go for this walk. So I just have albacore tuna, spring mix, carrots, tomatoes, that red cabbage, cucumber, half an avocado, and then I just dressed it with balsamic vinegar and olive oil, and then sea salt and garlic powder. And I also got some of this ginger from our grocery store because there's like a sushi section. I love sushi ginger, so I'm gonna have a little bit of that. And then I'm also going to have an orange on the side, which this is just a perfect example of why I love eating like mindfully and intuitively, and like trusting that the body will tell you what it needs. Because just how I said, like when I was cutting this up, I noticed how I said that I was randomly craving oranges, and like I don't know the last time I've had an orange, and like how I wanted more lemon water and things like that, and like maybe that's my body telling me that it needs more vitamin C, like who knows. we are all showered and oiled up, literally everywhere, face and hair. And we're gonna make my infamous turkey chili. It's not my own recipe, I got it from Pinterest, but I say infamous because it's all I've been making these days, all I've been craving, because obviously since it's cold, I feel like I've been making this cold weather my whole entire personality trait, but I can't help it. It's just cold, and so I want something warm, so I've been loving like soups, chilies, things like that, and this is super easy. I'll link the recipe in the description box. It's super easy to follow, but essentially all I'm doing, chopping up an onion, throwing it in a pot with olive oil, letting that kind of cook down and simmer, chopping up garlic, throwing that in, and then you add in all the spices, you add in your ground turkey. Once your ground turkey cooks, then you literally just add in cannelli beans, fire roasted diced tomatoes from a can, and chicken broth, or bone broth is what I'm using. And then you literally kind of all let that cook down, and that's literally it. You can squeeze some like lime in there, some cilantro on top if you want, and that's literally it. And then since I have these zucchinis, which are so on the way out, like they're really questionable, but I'm just going to saute them, and I just really don't want to waste them, so I'm just going to saute these on the side. What I'm going to do for this is just throw it in a pan, olive oil, add salt, pepper, garlic powder. I might try cumin on here, see how that is. Here she is. I'm telling you, this turkey chili is so freaking good. It has such like a unique flavor to it, I think, from the smoked paprika, to die for. And the zucchini came out so good. Highly recommend putting a dash of cumin. Oh yeah, and I used a lot of olive oil, so it's like a little bit crispy in a way. So good. Alright dudes, final is a sweet. You guys already know. These are dark chocolate covered almonds with some sea salt. I just got these yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, I went to the store after the gym. And because I went to the gym wicked late, and I was like, wait, we have no dessert at the house. Like, what have I been eating for dessert? And I went blank. And I realized I don't really know what I've even been eating for dessert. I feel like I haven't had a fixation like I usually do. And I literally didn't even know like what I was craving, what I was wanting, and so I picked up these because I felt like they were a safe option. But anyway, I'm gonna have a little handful of these and go to bed. Actually, no, I need to edit this video, so that's what's happening. I'm also stoked because I was so good at my vegetable game today. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it and you found it helpful, you probably will like my other content. So drop a little thumbs up if you're feeling it. Click the subscribe button if you're feeling it. Check out some other videos if you're feeling it. I'm also available on other platforms at LiftFit on TikTok and Instagram. Posting here 2 times a week, every Tuesday and Friday, give or take. Live streams every other Saturday as well. And yeah, if you want to support me in any other way, I have links all listed in the description box below. And I'm sending you guys so much love, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.